Ayodele, Yusuf, Kristen, Dave, Dennis, Didyong, we have Jacob, we have Esther, we have Farouk, we have Irinu, we have Gracious, we have Henry, we have Janet, okay, we also have John, we have Nolly, we have Dorothy, we have Alex, we have Joshua Olusegun, or is that Oluwasegun? That's Oluwaseun, okay, we have Oluwatoni, we have Omale, okay, we have we have Oyiman. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And we have Oyewole, we have Senior Man, we will have Senior Man on the call as well. I'm glad that we're good. I'm glad that we're ready to go. I'm excited to be here. And in the next, just give me an add 30 minutes of your time. We're going to be able to explore something that will help you a whole lot. Something that's going to move you from yeah to yeah. So at the moment, each and every one of you, you're great. By the end of this session, we're going to get you from being great to being amazing. That's the goal. Okay? At the end of the session, we are going to get you from being great to being amazing. And what are we exploring today? We're taking a look at AI. AI. That's something that everyone has heard about. That's something that everyone keeps hearing about. We heard about that in the past. We're hearing about it now. Probably we're also going to hear about it again in the future. But that's where we are at the moment, AI. And today, we are going to be exploring how you can get started, how not just get it started, but rather how you can become an AI automation engineer. There's something that really excites me when I talk about AI. There's something that is really amazing that I feel, today you would be glad that we're talking about this. And that is automation. So many people talk about AI, but really, what is AI? What is AI? What should you be learning in this day and age? Should you be learning how to build models, or should you be learning how to use models? I'll take that again. Should you be learning how to build models, or should you be learning how to use models? Should you be building, or should you learn how to use? And when I say models, what do I mean? This is what I'm talking about, models. When I say models, I'm talking about the ChatGPT, OpenAI, that's your LLMs, large language models. That's what I'm talking about. But before we delve into all of that conversation, before we go ahead and have fun, a quick introduction about Tanalytics business to be precise. So what is Tanalytics business? Maybe this is the first time you are attending such a session. Maybe you've never been in any session held by Tanalytics business. And you might be wondering, are we here to do business? Okay, maybe we're here to buy and sell. Okay. But what do we do? Tanalytics business is a leading e-learning platform, and we make your dreams come true. That's the kind of definition I usually love to give. We make your dreams come true. Like Santa or Father Christmas, as it's called in some parts of the world. And you want something, and the kid wants something, and Santa gives that kid the gift, like the presents. That is what we do for you. So for many of us in our organizations, we are looking to scale. We want to optimize. We want to improve our operations. And one way to do that is by skilling up your employee, and we ensure that that dream comes true. And for many of us individually, we're also looking to scale. We're looking to learn more. We want to be the best. We want to be a superstar. We would also make that dream come true. And that's what we do. We make dreams come true. So if there's anything, if you forget about every single thing about Tanalytics business, what you shouldn't forget is that we'll make your dreams come true. So if someone asks you, oh, what does Tanalytics business do? Just tell them they'll make your dreams come true. Anything at all. And we have programs, courses across diverse disciplines, and we address Tanalytics business addresses the continuous learning and development needs essential in today's fast-paced business environment. And we've been able to train over 2,000 individuals, and I've also been able to train over 50 plus organizations. Okay, and for the individual side of things, over 2,000 individuals. So that's what we do. Again, like I said, we are Santa, just in case you forget about each and everything. But then what about me? Because I've been speaking for a while, and you might be wondering, who is this guy? Who is this amazing individual? I was going to say, who is this handsome guy? But I understand that they say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So I don't want to call myself handsome. And then I start seeing some comments. So I'm just going to be very humble, and I will go ahead and say this amazing guy. So who is this amazing guy, you might be wondering? I'm Isa Hall, and I'm the lead in charge of training and operations at Analytics. So I have experience ranging from data analytics to business analysis to power platform engineering to predictive AI engineering to automations as well, and many more. And I've been able to work across different industries from marketing and strategy to fintech. I've also worked in hospitality as well. I've been worked with Bed Dog Hospitality in South Dakota in the US, and with several organizations from the US to the UK to Canada to Singapore and also Nigeria. And I've also been able to train over 2,000 participants, ensuring that just spreading the good news about tech in general. But that's it about me. As you can see, this guy on your screen right now. And some more fun things. I always love to let people know that I also play chess. I'm a good chess player. Maybe not the best, but I'd say, yeah, you can bet on me. Okay, just to confirm that we are still good to go, that everyone is still here, that I've not bored you with my so much talk, in quote. I want you to send ice cream to the chat box. Even though you're still with me, you're ready to go, you really want to dive into what AI is all about. You really want to understand what it means to be an AI automation engineer. You want to become an AI automation engineer. I want you to send ice cream to the chat box. So I know we are ready to go. If I don't see lots of ice cream, then we're just going to end the call. Now you might be wondering, why ice cream? We'll figure that out later on. But right now, just send ice cream. You know, ice cream? Ice cream, like the snack. Okay, Oluwaseun says I play chess too, and ice cream. Thank you very much, Oluwaseun. Kenji says ice cream, great. I need more responses. We are over 100 on the call. I don't understand what's going on. We could just end the call right now. I believe it's a free session, so yeah, we could just end the call and everyone goes home. Okay, if we don't want to be here anyway, but if you want to be here, I want to be here as well. Ice cream. Thank you very much, Gita. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, everyone. Fantastic. And while we're on this call, my colleagues will be sending the attendance form to the chat box. So please ensure you fill the form so that you get access to the recording and all of the materials that we'll be using in the session. Okay? Fantastic. Now, moving into AI. There's been a trend for the past couple of years. Many of you right now, you might not have, you should know about the data rush of 2020 during COVID. During COVID, it was all about data. I want to be a data analyst, I want to be a data scientist, I want to be a data engineer, I want to do something in data. Data was the buzzword. Now, that's not saying that being in data is no longer profitable, but I'm just saying in 2020, that's when it all started. That's when remote work really, kicked off, and everyone wanted to be a data analyst, a data scientist, a data this, a data that. And that was in 2020. That was in what? That was in 2020. Now, in 2022, which was about two years ago, everyone rushed into AI. OpenAI really became mainstream. I'm talking about ChatGPT. ChatGPT really became mainstream in, I think, 2020 or 2021, thereabouts. And by 2023, everyone was rushing into AI. Oh, I want to move into AI. AI is coming to take jobs. AI is coming to take jobs. AI is coming to take jobs. That's the only thing I hear every day. Getting so many messages. Oh, I said, do you think AI is going to take my job? What do you advise me to do? Should I pivot? Should I learn this? Should I learn that? AI is going to take my job. All of this kind of stuff. So everyone was rushing into AI in 2023. But right now, in 2025, it's now AI automation engineer. And why, you might ask, what's the difference between AI? What's the difference between this and this? So what's the difference between AI and AI automation engineer? What's the difference? That's something that we're going to explore in due time. But first of all, I would like us to go into the definition of what it means to be an AI automation engineer, because the aim of the session is to guide you to become an AI automation engineer. But it doesn't really make sense for you to be something you do not understand. And that is the reason why we want to first of all understand what does it mean to be an AI automation engineer. Please, if you can see my screen, give me a thumbs up. So comment about my screen. Okay, you can see my screen. Okay, fantastic. So please, you might want to you want to check that out. Paul, if you want to drop off and try rejoining. Okay, so we have to understand. What does it even mean to be an AI automation engineer? Its name sounds bogus. It sounds like something you just make up. It sounds like something you go to bed and you wake up one morning and you're like, oh, I want to be an AI automation engineer. It's an AI automation engineer. What kind of role, what kind of title is that? Exactly. I can see you guys agree with me. It doesn't make sense. AI automation engineer. What does it really mean? Now, an AI automation engineer is a special person. An AI automation engineer is the person that ensures that an organization is able to optimize their processes. An AI automation engineer is someone that helps the organization reduce cost and create some sort of a bridge between operations and AI. What am I talking about? An AI automation engineer, an AI automation engineer acts as the bridge between two major things. The AI automation engineer acts as a bridge between two major things. Number one being the artificial intelligence, artificial intelligence. And number two being the what? Being the business operations. When people talk about getting into AI, many individuals actually mean that they want to become AI engineers. So you want to learn machine learning. Maybe, is there anyone in data science? If you know you're in data science, if you know you're a data scientist, or you're in data science, ML, that's machine learning, NLP, natural language processing, just give me a thumbs up. Okay, do we have any data scientists with us? Okay, fantastic. So Blessing is it's a data scientist. So great. So Blessing, as a data scientist, you are going to agree with me that you know what is called the machine learning, right? Where you are building predictive models. You are building models that can forecast. So for many people, when we talk about getting into AI, that's what they mean. Oh, I want to learn how to code. I want to go into I want to build the next ChatGPT. I was on an event today, and in that entire event, it was all about open source. Oh, we are trying to build this model, we're trying to build that model. But that's not really, now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's not a good way to go. But that is not really the practical way to go. What do I mean? For many of us right now, we're not really interested in AI. For many of us right now, we're not really interested in transformations. We're not really interested in building the next generation, or as they say. What we're interested in is the Benjamins. Do we know what the Benjamins are? Does anyone know what the Benjamins are? The Benjamins. So Destiny knows the Benjamin. Destiny, what are the Benjamins? Maybe you can just say that the money. Exactly, Blessed. That's what we're interested in. We're not interested in, oh, I want to make a change. I want to influence my environment. I want to make the world a better place. Who cares? Let's leave that for other people. I hope there's no activists in the house. Before First, you got before I'm flat. Do we have any activist, or maybe we have someone in an NGO or something? Please, I'm not saying your work is not great, okay? Please. But what am I saying? I'm just saying that for many of us, what we're actually interested in is the money. And so, what we should be looking at is the practical application of AI. For you to get the most out of the Benjamins, you are supposed to look at what the practical application of AI, and not necessarily building the models. Yes, as an AI engineer that builds models, you can make a lot of money. But look at it this way. As an AI engineer, where can you work? You can work in various places. Let me rephrase. Yes. Instead of saying where can you work, let me rephrase. As an AI engineer, just an AI engineer, where if you have 10, let me put it this way. You have a startup, you have an organization, the average company, the average business is not really looking to hire an AI engineer, right? The average business is not really looking to hire an AI engineer. And when I say an AI engineer, I'm talking about someone that is going to build a model, like the real AI engineers, okay? They're really not looking to hire AI engineers, but rather they're looking to bring in people that will help them to do what? That will help them to optimize their processes, improve their processes, automate their processes. So when organizations say, for many organizations, except maybe talking about the Microsoft, Meta, OpenAI, that's actually bringing in AI engineers, right? For your everyday companies, your startups, okay, your everyday companies, when you say we are looking for an AI engineer, they usually mean we're trying to get an automation. We want someone that can help us out in automations. You guys agree with me? If you agree with me, give me a thumbs up. If you don't agree with me, give me a thumbs down. I'll repeat that. I said your everyday organizations. I'm not saying AI engineers are not in high demand. Don't get me wrong. Okay? I'm just saying your everyday organization, your everyday businesses, your everyday startups. They are really not looking for AI engineers, but rather they're looking for people that will come in and help them automate their processes. Exactly. So that means that what you should actually be looking out for is the practicality, the ease of getting a job, or rather, either that or the ease of implementing what you've learned in your business or in your company to be able to scale. I'm not really trying to learn machine learning. There are individuals, there are sessions I will go to, and I'll tell them, okay, you know what? Instead of looking at automation, why don't you become an AI engineer? But before I got to this session today, I was briefed about the audience, okay, about the audience, the people I'm going to be speaking with. And so, looking at the people, the situation of the people I'm speaking with, maybe your professions, what you do, again, it's all about what? The Benjamins. So it's not really about building the next ChatGPT, but rather it's about using ChatGPT to make money. And that takes me to something else. And this was a report, or rather a statement that was made by McKinsey. Maybe you guys know McKinsey, maybe you don't, okay? But McKinsey made a quote and they said that 70% of businesses plan to automate workflows with AI tools in 2025. I know that we're almost done with 2025, but this quote was made at the start of the year. And the truth is, that's actually the truth. Because this year, as an AI engineer myself, as someone that is skilled in automation, I've noticed a rise in the number of companies that are trying to automate several things. Last year or 2 years ago, when you call a business to make a complaint, you are pretty sure that you're going to be speaking with a human at the other side, a customer service agent at the other side. Today, you're not really sure. It's a 50-50, it's a 50-50 chance. Now, when you call, you're going to be speaking to AI. It's a 50-50 chance. That's because many organizations are looking for ways to be more efficient and, of course, to save cost. Amazing take, right? And that takes us to something that I feel each and every one of us should have thought about. Maybe, yeah, we've thought about it. Okay, we've thought about it. But before I talk about that, I'm going to ask us a question. I'm going to ask us a question. When was the first? Okay, instead of saying when was the first time you, let's put it this way. Do you think that we are currently? Do you think that is AI the future? Is it the past or is it the present? What do you think? Is AI the future? Is it the past or present? Future, past, or present. So Blessing says present. Okay, Blessing says the future. Oluwaseun says present. Ifeanyi says present. Philip says present. I need more responses. What's happening? Okay, I need more responses. I need more responses. I need more responses. Come on, let's get it. Let's send in the responses. So, what's do you think it is? Is it the future or is it the present? I can see future, lots of futures, lots of presents, which is great. Now, when it comes to AI, actually, AI is more. It used to be the future. AI is still the future, but I don't think it's just like accent. For me, this is my personal take. I don't think you can say AI is the future. Now, this does not mean AI is not going to develop itself in the future or whatever. It's just like the internet. If I ask you right now, is the internet the future? You probably tell me, no, internet is not the future. But does that mean that there will be no internet in the future? Highly unlikely. So the situation right now is that AI used to be the future, but now it is the present. So it used to be the future, but now it is the present. I'm pretty sure you back in the days, I believe that for many people, yeah, for many of us, yeah, we are not Gen Zs, or at least if you're a Gen Z, you should be a Gen Z that is that maybe an older Gen Z. Okay, so you should remember the movie The Terminator. Did you guys watch Terminator? Arnold Schwarzenegger, former governor of California. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, do you remember The Terminator? Do you remember The Terminator? I'm just getting one response. Okay, Jeffrey remembers, Ademola remembers, Yewale remembers. Great. Now, in The Terminator, what did we have? We had these robots coming from the future to the past. Okay, and I'm sure then when we were watching those movies, we used to feel like, oh wow, this is gonna be like maybe in 2000 or something like this, and it's not gonna happen. I'm not saying robots are gonna take over, right? But now it's looking more likely. When I say it's looking more likely, I'm not saying that robots are gonna take over. But now you are seeing robots. If you go on YouTube, you're gonna see different robots. Even Tesla have robots. If you've ever gone to the Tesla cafe, I believe that's what it's called, you're gonna be attended. You see Tesla robots there. You have over in China, you have robots. Just that robots right now not mainstream, but they exist. So what used to be like, oh, this is not gonna happen. That's now a reality. Another example. Do we know iRobot? Do you guys watch iRobot? I'm sure you guys should know iRobot. iRobot. Who watched this movie by Will Smith? Jeffrey did. Deslin did. Great. Now, what was the context for iRobot? iRobot was not the year 2025. That movie was the year, I think it was set in the year 2025. And we're currently in the year, I think it was 2025 or 2020. Okay, and that's the year we're currently in. Am I right? Or am I missing the topic with another movie? But anyways, in iRobot, you saw that we had this robots, we had this AI, we have all of that. That is what we currently do have. So AI is the future. Is Yeah, you can still say it's the future, but rather it is more of the present. That means that if you have not yet hopped on this train, you are actually doing what we call dilly dally. Look at this. In the early 2000s, I'm doing the advent of the internet. The internet came in, and the internet replaced a lot of jobs. Okay, lots of people lost jobs due to the internet. But you also had a situation where the internet created lots of jobs. And then you have a situation as well where the people that could use the internet replaced those that couldn't. And that is the same situation for AI. I'm going somewhere with all of this because you have to understand, what does it mean to be an AI automation engineer? What does it mean to even be in AI at all before we actually see how you can get into and you can become an AI automation engineer? And there's a fascinating fact that I decided I would share with you guys. And what is that? I'm sure we know. Look at this. This is something I wrote down, and I wanted to share with you guys. What do you see? It says, just like the Coca-Cola company. I'm sure you guys know Coca-Cola. Everyone knows Coke. Okay, Coke. You have Fanta. You have a Sprite. You have Monster. You have a Predator. I believe it's called. That's also by the Coca-Cola company. You have a Pop Orange. That's Five Alive. You have what other products do those guys have? But yeah, they have lots of products. That's the Coca-Cola company. The Coca-Cola company made more money from refrigeration than those who invented the refrigerator. The Coca-Cola company made more money from refrigeration than those who invented the refrigerator. How is that? Fantastic. Fantastic, PT. So look at Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is one of the biggest companies out there. And the inventor of the refrigerator is probably someone you don't even know. Now, when I say Coca-Cola made more money from refrigeration, because someone created a way to store items, to make drinks cold. Coca-Cola was able to use that particular invention, which was the refrigeration, to store their fizzy drinks. Because when your drink is cold, when you have a fizzy drink and it's cold, it gives you that. Of course, you also have carbon dioxide that plays a role in giving you that refreshing taste. But that refrigeration makes it a whole lot better. It's so okay. Tell me, would you buy hot Coke? Would you ever buy hot Coke? Would you ever buy hot Coke? It's a question. I need responses. Okay. Would you ever buy hot Coke? No. Exactly. No. Let me give you another example. Another example is the internet. The people that made the World Wide Web. That's www. You have companies that leverage the internet made more money than those that created the World Wide Web. An example is your Microsoft, for instance. While yes, Microsoft contributed a whole lot to the internet, they were really not the pioneers. So what am I saying? What am I saying? I'm saying that the best way to get the most from a tool is by you learning the application of that tool. Right now, what many of us should be focused on, not everyone again, but what many of us should be focused on is how we can leverage the existing AI to do something even better instead of thinking of how to build AI. So, because so many people are fixated on building their own AI, and it's very, very expensive for you to even get a GPU, for instance. That's for you to rent a GPU, let's say for a year, that you're going to use to build your model, and apparently you're looking at $250,000 for the GPU. And I'm not talking about your gaming GPU. What you're using for AI is like an advanced version of that. So when I see people just, oh, I want to build this AI model, I want to build this AI model, it's great, but it's just the practicality for me. That's the reason why it's always important to understand where you stand, to know your situation. And I understand for many of us on this call, it's all about the Benjamins. So now that we've been able to establish this, now that we've been able to understand that what you should be looking out for, that what you should be trying to do is not really about just learning AI to become an AI engineer, but rather how you can use AI in automating business processes, because that is what will make you sought after. With your AI automation skills, there's no organization, there's no company you will not be able to work for. With your AI automation skills, you can work to any, and I repeat, to any organization, any startup. And if you're able to pitch yourself properly, the chances of you being employed is very, very high. And that's due to the fact that you come in and you're coming in to help them reduce cost. You're coming in to make them more efficient. You're coming in to make them more productive. And what do companies want, actually? That's what every organization is looking for. Oh, you're going to help us reduce cost? Oh, fantastic. Once you come in, you build this for us, it's going to increase sales, reduce sales. We might have to maybe lay off some people here and there, okay? Since we have AI now that can, automation that can do that. But at the end of the day, it's all about the practicality. And that also leads me to something else I'd like to mention, because I saw the comments that David made on the chat box saying that that's correct. AI automation is the future. When you think about AI, what's the first thing that comes to mind? What is AI used for? AI, what is AI used for? Think about it. Because I tried thinking about it, and I want you to think about it as well. Maybe you're able to come up with something. What is AI used for? AI makes life easy. Exactly. Fantastic, Frank. AI makes life easy. How does AI make life easy? How does it make life easy? Think about it. What is AI used for? When I thought about this, the only answer I came to was automation. AI is used in automation, and that's it. Every other thing that you're going to say AI is used for this, it's all about automation. For example, AI can help you build robots. What is the robot going to help you do? The robot is going to help you clean your house. It's going to help you maybe drive your car. Is that automation? That's automation. You're automating something without you having to do it manually. Okay, what's AI going to do for you? Think about it. Think about any practical application of AI. Oh, you can use AI in medicine. AI in medicine to do what? To be able to predict. What's it called? But a good example. Let's say AI in banking, right? You can use AI in banking to be able to predict money laundering, fraud. Just ensuring that the bank is secured. All of those kind of stuff. Technically, is that still not automation? It's still automation, because now you're getting that work, you're taking that work off someone that would have done it, and they're giving it to AI because you believe that AI is going to be more efficient. And the fact that AI, this is the only thing AI is working on, it's going to be the chance of AI making a mistake is going to be lower. But at the end of the day, it's still automation. AI helps in generating useful work materials for workflows. That's correct. But isn't that automation? Because without AI, you can still get your useful materials. Just that you're going to have to do that manually. Maybe go to Google and start searching. It's going to take you time. So now you just tell AI, I need this, something to give it to you. Is that not automation? This is just my thoughts. Okay, I'm just sharing my thinking process. So that means that AI revolves around automation. Maybe there's still some other things that we fail to mention that might not be automation, but for most, at least we can say over 95% of what AI is used for in one way or another is to make your life easy. And that is what? To automate, to make it more productive, by automating, to make it more efficient, by automating. If you don't just stay with me, send ice cream to the chat box. If you're still together, send ice cream to the chat box. Are we following, everyone? Because, like I said, this is a discussion. I'm not just here to start telling you. I want us to reason. Let's reason together. Okay, let's reason together. So that's about it. That's about it. Coca-Cola making more money than those that created and invented the refrigerator. So that means that you can benefit the most by using AI and not really by building AI. So now that we've been able to take a look at this, now that we've established this, what does that now mean for us? So what do AI automation engineers actually do? Because we understand what it means to be in AI, we understand what it means to be an AI automation engineer, we understand the reason why you should become an AI automation engineer. But what do AI automation engineers actually do? What do they do? AI automation engineers do several things, but we're just going to summarize into four. The first being the workflow automation. AI automation engineers, you know what? That name is quite, we're just going to say the AAE, okay? AAEs also create what? Workflow, or they create workflow automation. That's one of your primary duties, where you help organizations optimize their workflow and optimize and automate their workflows using tools such as your N8N, your Make.com, formerly known as your Integromat, using tools such as your Zapier, using tools such as your Flowise in building AI chatbots, that's AI agents. That's one of the things that an AI automation, that's AAE does, and AAE does. An example is automatically summarizing incoming customer emails using GPT and send concise updates to Slack. Think about it. There's something that your organization currently does that can't be automated. Maybe it's the fact that you have a situation where when customers make complaints, they send their complaints via emails, and due to the fact there's so many emails coming in, it's difficult to track. You can build a workflow that will get all of those emails, sort them out into order of importance, and then for those that it can fix, it will send the response back to the customers. But for those that it needs to escalate, it will then assign it appropriately to someone, to the other customer agents. That's just something that can be done on a very, very simple note. You can build automations that would help you automate your entire, let's say your company's, maybe your company's social media account, maybe your company has a YouTube channel. You can build an automation, a workflow that will go ahead to do things such as it will get information, latest trending news that's just trending, things that people are always looking for, trending news right now. And then to go ahead to create a video on that, add voice to it, and upload. That's for personal workflows. Company-wise is going to be you using the company's information and not really what's trending. Or you could also use AI to build some sort of a workflow that will take what is currently trending and then create a kind of post that is tied to the company's goals and the company's resources and what the company does, and it goes ahead to post that. Or instead of you making it post that, you could make it send that particular post to the digital team for them to review before it is posted. So that means that whatever is trending right now, something just happened. Your company, let's say your company is into banking. Maybe you work at the bank and something happened, maybe a fintech, a startup, something, and you have a situation where today, let's say there was a football match and the country won. That's what's trending. Everyone is saying hat trick, hat trick, hat trick. Okay, I believe we have lots of Nigerians on the call. Yeah. So some days back, where Nigeria played with Benin, that's Benin Republic, and won for new. So that was a trending topic. So you could create a kind of automation that it's going to pick up that topic. It'll pick up that topic, and it is going to create some sort of a post that is similar to your organization. So let's say your organization is in fintech, and then you could say something like, uh, uh, just like or bank with us, bank with us to ensure that fraudsters don't score you a hat trick. And that's just from the top of my head, but I'm sure you get you get what I mean, because Victor Osimhen is scored a hat trick. So it could be like a bank with us so fraudsters don't score you a hat trick, a hat trick. And that kind of post will be viral because everyone is searching hat trick, hat trick, hat trick. So your post is going to pop up. That's just the way the algorithm works. That's just an example of something that can be done. You can extract data from Google Sheets, clean it, and upload it into a CRM system daily using workflow automation tools, Edited, Big, Zapier. There's also the Brick GPT as well, and a couple of others. Something else that the AAE does is AI agent development. There is a difference between your normal automation workflows, your normal automated workflows, and your AI agents. For AI agents, there are certain frameworks. There's 4 different kinds of frameworks you use in building AI agents. You have your LangChain, you have your LangGraph, you have your AutoGen, and lastly, you have your what? Your Crew AI. Crew AI. So LangChain, it's called LangChain. LangChain, you have LangGraph, LangGraph. Then you have, sorry, I think this is just 1G. Then you have Crew AI, and then you have AutoGen. So these are the 4 most popular frameworks in building AI agents. What is LangChain? LangChain is you building an agent that consists of 3 main states: a memory, a model, and a tool. The memory being where you're storing the information, the conversation that the AI is having with the user. The brain, that's the model, the LLM that's connected to, maybe it could be OpenAI, or maybe it could be Anthropic, whatever the case may be. That's a Claude AI. And then you have the tools, which is the tools that you give access, that you give the AI access to for it to be able to do several things, such as send emails and all of that. So that's LangChain. You have AutoGen, which is a kind of AI where you have several different agents working together to achieve a common goal. So they are communicating with one another. You have a situation where this AI is talking to this AI is talking to that AI is talking to this AI. That's AutoGen. So think about it. This is not just building AI that's talking to the customer, but you're building AI that's communicating with other different agents till a certain goal is fixed. An example of AutoGen would be you building an AI agent workflow that writes code. So you could build an AI agent workflow that writes code. You could say you could have 3 different agents. You'd have the code writer, you'd have the code reviewer, and you're going to have the tester, something like that. So the code writer agent will write the code. Maybe you say build me a gaming app or whatever. The code agent would write the app, to send it to the code reviewer. The code reviewer, still an agent, would review that code, check if there are any issues with that code. If there are issues, it will send it back to the code agent to rewrite the code, so you can see there's a communication going on. And then the code agent will send it back to the reviewer to review the code again. And if the reviewer sees that, okay, now there's no issue with the code, all of the check list, everything is checked, you send it over to the tester for final testing. And if the tester sees any issue, you send it back to the reviewer, who will send it back. You send it back to the reviewer with probably like, oh, this is the issue. We send it back to the code agent. Till the code is great, until everything works, everything is fine, before it is now sent to maybe you want to send that code using email, or you want to go ahead to deploy it. So it seems Philip is amazed that something like that can be done. Yes, it can. And this is not me just giving you an example. This is something I've built before. It's not just like I'm trying to tell you something. I've built it. You can also check out, maybe you can check out YouTube. You're going to see so many examples of that. You building an actual coding. One of the tools that you can use to achieve that is like I said, AutoGen. But if you're not going, maybe you're not really knowledgeable with Python to work on AutoGen directly, you could use a tool known as Flowise. And what Flowise will do for you, Flowise will give you it's gonna give you that platform that will help you build tools using this kind of AutoGen framework. So that's the AI agent. That's the second thing that AI automation engineers do. And then you have your what? Next we have is number two, data automation and enrichment. This is the automation experts automating the collecting, cleaning of data. So in the organization, but for this is usually this is a very, very great role for those that are also skilled in data engineering as well. So you can automate the collection, the cleaning, and the uploading of that data. And then you also have the system integration and the API engineering. This is ensuring that you are able to connect different applications together for them to communicate with one another. As an AI automation specialist, it's very, very important that you understand what APIs are and how they work. Because API, see this, API is like the base of automation, of you trying to automate things. Because you're going to use API is what one tool would use and communicate with another. And one great thing about, and one other thing about an AI automation engineer is that you are not just building automations. Look at it this way. There have always been automations. Automation is not a new thing. But why are you called AI automation engineer and not an automation engineer? So why are you called an AI automation engineer and not just an automation engineer? Why? Because as an automation engineer, you're usually looking at workflows that don't require any sort of intelligence. They're usually looking at what? Workflows that usually don't require intelligence. For example, let's say every morning you send an email to the manager. That's an automation. So you can automate that every morning an email will be sent to the manager. It doesn't require any sort of thinking, because the email, maybe it's the same email every day. It doesn't require any kind of sort of thinking. But an automation that requires thinking will be something like reply to a customer, because you have to be able to think of what to say to the customer. You can't just add code that automation for the tool to always be saying, okay, I think this would be a perfect example. Back in the days, I'm sure you remember chatbots. Chatbots of then and chatbots of now are different. Years ago, when you're interacting with a chatbot, they were usually what? Traditional. That is those chatbots where you can only select options. You open up the chatbot and it asks you, how can I help you today? And you see option one, this, option two, this, option three, this. And you select that option. And then to move over to another section, asking you for option this, option this, option this. That is a hard-coded chatbot. But as an AI automation engineer, you can now build a chatbot that can think. You can build a chatbot that can reason. You can build a chatbot that you can have a conversation with. So that's what AI automation engineers do. Help organizations be better. They help organizations what? Be better. So with all of this being said, how can you become an AI automation engineer? Because it's all AI. AI is the craze right now. And this is the time to get into it. And not when, 5 years from now, 6 years from now, when AI is no longer, it's no longer I don't want to say it's no longer hot, but it's no longer in what's that word, like trendy. This is the time to get into it, because if you're able to get into it now, in years' time, you are going to become an expert. Then, when things are normalized, and when everyone, when because this is the way things usually go. This is what the trend is like. You usually have hype. You have hype. During that hype period, everyone is trying to get into it. Organizations are looking for people. Okay, we need this, and they are going to go to a period of normalcy where AI and automation, being an AI engineer and AI automation engineer, will now be like every other job. So at that time, when it's not like every other job, you want to ensure that you have now become an expert, because then you're going to be even more sought after. So how can you get into this? It's very simple. The first thing that you have to do is that you have to understand the skills that you need to learn. You have to know what you need to learn. For you to be an AI automation engineer, you have to understand prompt engineering. Very important. I cannot overemphasize it. You guys, something you know about agents. One very important part most times is the fact that you are going to have to prompt something. So prompt engineering, very, very important. You want to learn how to work with tools such as your Flowise. We talked about that. Your Edit-N. Okay. You want to learn how to work with tools such as your Zapier, your Make.com. For voice automation, you're looking at your B8B, your retail AI. Okay, your retail AI, your 11 Labs, your voice API, that's also known as VAPI. And you want to know how you can deploy and monetize your projects. Those are the things that you want to understand. I know some people will be asking, oh, Isaac, what about Python? What about Python? Don't you need to know Python to be an AI automation engineer? The answer to that is yes. The answer to that is what? Yes and no. Yes and no. Now, what do I mean yes and no? Python is the foundation of automation. But so for many people that have been in automation for a long while, they use Python. But for you, in this day and age, you don't need to know Python to be able to become an AI automation engineer. That's the reason why you have all of these tools available for you. That's why you have all of these tools available for you. Then you're going to have to manually connect an API to the other. But right now, it's a whole lot easier. So just in case you're wondering, oh, I can't see Python, and someone told me Python is necessary. No, it's not. Yes, it's used for automations, but you don't really need to know Python to be able to become an AI automation engineer. I want the class schedule like, because you want to be an AI automation engineer. So I believe that you are looking at learning the foundations of AI automation and LLMs, prompt engineering. You want to learn how you can build LLM-powered apps with document search, memory, and RAG pipelines. For many of you, this RAG pipelines might be wondering, what is it? You know the agents or RAG pipelines are agents that you communicating with agents that have an understanding of the business. It's you creating some sort of a knowledge base for that particular AI. An example, you probably interact with some chatbots on WhatsApp. There are maybe your banking chatbots, maybe your like maybe your bank maybe has a chatbot you can speak with on WhatsApp. So how does that bot know that, oh, I'm actually part of this particular bank? How does it know items of that? How does it know? How does it have information of that particular bank, or how does it have information of that particular business? It's by your RAG. What's the meaning of RAG? You have your retriever augmented generation, and it's the act of you creating a knowledge base. So if you have your business, maybe you have your personal business, a small business, and you want to build an AI agent that can be helping you answer calls when you are not available. So maybe people call you every time, and due to the fact maybe you also have your 9 to 5, you are not able to pick those calls, but you don't want to leave your customers hanging. So instead of employing someone else, to build an AI agent that will be able to pick these calls and interact with the participant. So for you to be able to build that kind of AI agent, you are going to need to use RAG, because that AI has to have information of your business. That AI has to know things, what's going on in your business. And that's what RAG is all about. For you to build something like a RAG, for you to build a RAG pipeline, there are several things that you're looking at. You're looking at embeddings. Now, what are embeddings? Don't worry, you get to know while you're in class. You're looking at something called your vector DB, known as your vector database. What's your vector database? Don't worry, you get to know while you're in class. And sometimes you're also looking at, those are the two major things, but you sometimes see something like a project database. But the two major things you're looking at are your embeddings and your vector database. With these two things, you are able to build a RAG pipeline that you can connect to your AI agent. What am I talking about? This is an example. This is an example. You see Chroma. This is known as Chroma DB. This Chroma. It's actually known as Chroma DB. This is an example of your vector database. But like I said, don't worry. You get to learn a lot of this. So what are the class times? Easy. The class times, you have classes on Saturdays and on Sundays. On Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. what? And on Sundays, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. what? And you learn all of these things in 4 weeks, 8 classes, and have a capstone project that you can work on, and that you can go ahead to, that you can work on, that's, you know, as proof that you've actually gotten the skills. And you can listen to some of our participants on what they've been able to build. This was just one of several examples. In one of our past cohorts, our participants were able to build agents that could, maybe I would show it if we had the time. Probably I'll try to bring it up. But we're able to build agents that were connected to WhatsApp. So you chat with it on WhatsApp, chat with it on WhatsApp, and then it's going to go to, it will trigger the workflow. The workflow could do a lots of things. You could contact HR. You could contact HR on Slack. It's so much. That's an amazing project that I would like to share with you guys. So that's it. That's what you need to do to be an AI automation engineer. But what about if for you still want to get into the AI space, but AI automation is not really your deal? AI automation is not, it doesn't really make you click. It doesn't really, it's not something that gives you goosebumps. But AI is something that you still want to get into, that you're still interested in. Then you can be looking at the Gen AI for data analyst. So you're a data analyst, but you want to upskill. Because something that we know, something I know, something I'm sure you know as well, is that people that can use AI will be replacing those that cannot. Okay? People that can use AI will be replacing those that cannot. So, even as a data analyst, you want to ensure that you are learning to be an AI. You want to ensure that you are learning to how you can use AI in your role as a data analyst. Because their dashboards, reports, analysis that you would have done in let's say 4 hours, in 5 hours, 1 hour, you can do that in 30 minutes with AI. And I got one question sometime. Someone was a bit curious, asking, so Aisha said, you say I should learn AI as a data analyst, but is AI not going to replace me as a data analyst? Because if I can use AI to carry out analytics, I can use AI to build dashboards, I can use AI to build reports. Now, what am I doing here? And I told this individual that it seems you do not understand what it means to be a data analyst. A data analyst is not someone that builds dashboards, but a data analyst is someone that solves problems of an organization using what? Using data-driven decisions. A data analyst is a professional that solves problems, keywords, problem solving, solves problems for an organization using what? Using data-driven decisions. So that means that you as a data analyst, what AI can do right now is tell you what the data is saying. But it's now your duty as a data analyst to use what the data is saying to help the organization move forward. So AI is not coming to take a job anytime soon, at least when it comes to data analytics. And that's why even in this day and age, when you check out data analyst roles, you should see there are so many job openings for data analysts. So rather, what you should be looking to do is looking to upskill yourself as a data analyst with Gen AI. And the tools that you're going to learn, you have your Microsoft Fabrics, you have your Cloud, you have your Bricks, you have your Julius AI. I'm sure many of you don't know Julius AI. Julius AI is a fantastic platform for data analysts. Okay, you have your Copilot Contracting. These are things that you're going to learn. You're also going to learn prompt engineering for analysts. You're going to learn how you can use AI for SQL mastery and a couple of other things. And class time is similar to the class times for the AI automation engineer, where you have classes on Saturdays and you have classes on Sundays. Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and Sundays from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. And then you have the Gen AI for HR analysts. You are an HR analyst, but you want to transcend what you're doing. Because HR analysts sometimes are known as cost department. Like you don't contribute to revenue, you're just there to. But that's a mindset I don't agree with anyways. But as an HR analyst, you want to learn how you can leverage AI to do amazing things. Not just being able to have what you call state interviews. Okay, please just give me a second, please, a second. Okay, I'm so sorry about that, everyone. So yeah, I was saying that you as an HR analyst, you want to ensure that you are able to do things like stay interviews. Because for many of us in HR, you know exit interviews. You have situations where an employee says, I'm no longer interested. I want to leave this company. And then you have what's called a stay interview with that individual. So you have what's called an exit interview with that individual, trying to figure out why you leaving the company. Is there something that we did? Is there something I want to? Is there something that we did? Is there something that you could have done better? But that's you trying to fix a problem that's already beyond fixing. And it's very, very hurtful to the organization if the employee that's leaving that company is someone that the organization doesn't want to lose. Every company has that superstar employee. So, as someone in HR, instead of you now being in that situation where the only thing you give to the company is bad news, or this person said they are leaving the company, this person said they are leaving the company, I've had an interview with the person said this is the reason they're leaving. It's only bad news. Why don't you now leverage data and leverage AI to have what we call state interviews? Now, what are state interviews? State interviews is you using data to be able to identify individuals that are most likely going to leave the organization, people that are most likely going to leave the company, even before they leave. Use data to identify those individuals. And so even before they send in a resignation letter, you are able to reach out to them and say, hello, Frank, hello, Adeyemi, how are you doing today? I just wanted to say hello, congrats to you, whatever you're doing. And I just want to know if there's anything you'd like to let us to tell us, and then things that you think we can improve on as an organization. Do you feel you are doing this well? All of those things. And then you have situations where the person's like, oh, yes, I'll be willing to say this. Can I get this? Can I get that? Can I? All of those kind of stuff. And if that employee is someone of the company is really doesn't really want to lose, then all of those things are done to ensure that that employee remains even before they send in an exit letter. That's just an example of what you can accomplish as an HR analyst when you leverage both data and AI. Someone that is proactive and not just reactive. And the tools you've been and the tools you've been learning, very, very similar to what the data analysts will be learning as well. Just like you are going to be learning all of these tools in its application to HR. Class times being the same, Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So all of those things are possible. All of those things, you can get it done. Because like I said, many of us, we either looking to transition fully to AI, or we're looking to upskill ourselves in AI. Upskill that current work with AI. But we're wondering, is this really something that analytics can help me with? Because of course, Aisha is gonna come over here, all up here and say a lot of things. It's gonna say, "Oh yes, this is why, this is how this is how we're gonna help you. This is what we're gonna do. We're doing this. We're gonna do this." And you might not really feel like all of that is that you might really feel you might feel like, oh, this is all just professional talk. I might still be in doubt if you'll be able to achieve your dreams, if you'll be able to accomplish your goals, if you go ahead to get into any of these programs. And that leads us to something that we always say at Analytics, and that is the fact that it always seems impossible until it is done. So instead of you listening to me talk about how we are going to help you succeed, how we are going to help you scale in the organization, right? Learning AI, or how we are going to help you transition into a new career by learning AI. Instead of listening to me, why don't you listen to the several individuals and multiple persons that we've been able to assist getting various roles across various industries, across various professions. From Abigail, that we helped transition to become a business analyst in working in Canada. So she was in Canada working as a care worker with absolutely no experience, but we are able to help her transition from being a care worker to being a business analyst. To Tony, that we're able to help transition to being a benefits analyst after going through our program. To Benga, that we're able to also help do the same. That got a job in Poland. To Nathaniel, Abdurrashid, so many people. Like I said, we've been able to help over 2,000 individuals and over 50 plus organizations skill up. And you can find all of these testimonials when you go to our YouTube page. Just go to the YouTube page and go to see all of each and every one of these things. So that it doesn't seem like Aisha is the one just talking. Of course, Aisha is going to say this. I'm not going to expect Aisha would say something else now. Would I? No. So don't listen to me, but rather listen to you in their phone. Because for many of them, they are currently, or rather, for many of them, they're where you are currently at, and you are looking to be where they are currently in. So you'll probably be more convinced when you listen to them speak on how they started their journey and how they were able to get to the point that they are currently at. Because you can too. You can too. So how do you do all of this? Is it that you just learn? You just learn the skill. You learn the skill. You go to bed one night and then you wake up and you get a job. No. That's not how it works. The way it works is that you have to take a look at things from the recruiter's perspective, the employee's perspective. And employees only want two things from you. Two things. They only want two things from you. Number one being the skills, and number two being the experience. You need the skills and you need the experience. The skills is not a problem. That's something that you're going to learn. That's something that you're going to get. But what about number two? How are you going to get the experience? Especially for those of us that are looking to get into a new space. Maybe you've never done anything in AI, you've never done anything in automation. So how are you going to get the experience? Does that experience fall from the sky? I think not. At least in my case, I've not seen experience fall from the sky. Maybe you guys have seen that. I haven't. Okay? But those are the two major things that recruiters are looking out for. The skills and the experience. And how are you going to go about all of this? It's easy. The first thing is that you have to learn. And when I say learn, I'm talking about the skills. The skills with any of the programs. Either you're going for the AI automation engineering, you're going for the Gen AI in data, or you're going for the Gen AI in HR analytics. You have to learn the skills. The in-demand skills, data, AI, prompting, social influence, network and cyber, financial analytics, leadership, creative thinking. These are the skills that you're going to learn. So as an AI automation engineer, what are the skills you want to learn? You want to know how to work with end-to-end. You want to understand APIs. You want to understand prompt engineering, Big.com, all of those things, flow-wise, your different AI agent frameworks. And after you've learned, the next thing is that you want to move into what? Package. This is something that if you've ever been in any one of FMNA sessions, I'm sure you're familiar with the word packaging. I'm sure you know Femina, the co-founder of Analytics business. Okay. So he always uses this word called packaging. It's like, oh, you have to package yourself. So that takes us to the next, which is what? Package. And how do you package? To package, you want to ensure that your CV is reflecting the fact that, okay, you're actually skilled in AI. And what is your CV just going to be talking about fables? And when I say fables, I'm talking about things that do not exist. That's not what we speak. Yeah, we don't speak fables. We talk about, we mention truth. So in your CV, you're not going to put in things that you never did. But rather, on your CV, you're going to be placing the projects that you worked on in class. You're going to be placing the capsule projects, because each and every one of the projects that you're going to be working on are case study based. And what does that mean? It means that you're actually working for organizations, but it means that you're working for organizations because the case studies you're working on are issues, are problems that the facilitators worked on for various companies. They bring the same problems to class, change a thing or two about the data, the name of the company, due to data privacy issues, and then you get to work on that same problem. So by doing that, you are gaining experience that you would have originally gotten while you got to the job in class, and also in your capital project as well. So all of those things will be well packaged in your CV alongside the LinkedIn optimization. And LinkedIn has to be well optimized. You have to have a great portfolio, no show. Anytime I'm recruiting, and you see a lot of people send me CVs. One way I usually screen out because I'm not on ATS. There's only so many CVs I can go through. One way I screen out, if I don't see a portfolio on your CV, especially if I'm hiring for a technical role, if I don't see a portfolio on your CV, I'm not even taking a look at it. I don't care if you have a master's from Harvard or if you did something in Cambridge. If you don't have a portfolio on your CV and it's a technical role, I'm not even taking a look at that. So you have to have a portfolio, and then you have to be mentored. You have to prep for an interview whenever you do get a job, and also to be able to get a job reference, which will help serve as proof for when a recruiter is asking for a reference. That's how you package. That's the next thing that you have to do. And that takes you to the third, which is the fact that you have to apply to those jobs. Because for many of us, you just apply to one job in a month, or rather, you apply to one job in a week. Scratch that. You apply to one job in a day, and you feel you've applied to jobs. Now, if you're looking to transition, you are looking to upskill, a job a day would not cut it. It's not an apple, but you take an apple a day to keep the doctor away. Now, you have to apply to as many jobs as possible. And the great thing about this is that this is a role that is heavily in demand. And so when it comes to getting jobs, it's not a problem in terms of when it comes to getting job posts. It's several of these job boards. So you have to apply like a machine, but with precision. Tailor every application. Never reuse a CV. Tailor that CV to a particular job, and 10 quality applications per day. 10 quality keyword. There's a keyword here. The keyword here is what? Quality. Just use one CV. Just click apply, and say, oh, I've done 10 applications a day. That's not the way it works. All of those things put together, that is what we get you the job. And you can see from some of our past participants, you can see some of their portfolios. So as soon as you get access to the slides, ensure you go through these portfolios to see what they've been able to accomplish. Because you need a portfolio as well. We already established that. So how can you actually get started? How can you get started today? Because don't forget, that is what we are here to understand. How you can get started as an AI engineer. It's by going ahead to register. And next course is going to begin on the 8th of November, which is just a couple of weeks from now. And the programs available, you can either become an AI automation engineer, you can skill up as an HR professional using AI, you can scale up as an AI professional using AI. And the schedule for the program is from the 8th of November to the 6th of December, a 1-month program. Something that you can easily just get into, get the skills you need, and transform your life. Because it's all about transformation. That's what we do. At the start of the session, I said that if you forget about everything that we offer at Analytics Business, don't forget that we make your dreams come true. So get into any one of those programs. all you have to do, very, very simple, is to go ahead to register. So you can either register, get into the Gen AI for Data Analyst, the Gen AI for HR Analyst, or the AI Automation Engineering program. And each and every one of this program, the amount to get into this program is actually 200,000 naira to be exact. But the great thing is, a discount is currently running. So we have a discount currently running, a 50% discount if you're looking to get into Gen AI for Data Analyst or Gen AI for HR Analyst. And if you want to be an AI Automation Engineer, you have a 25% discount available. Okay? And you can also break this down into 2 installments. You can break this down into 2 installments. You can pay, let's say you want to get into Gen AI for Data Analyst. Okay? Let's say you want to get into Gen AI for Data Analyst. You can break this down into two installments. When you have the first installment, you pay 50,000, and then 1 month into the program, okay, or rather before the end of the program, you pay the other 50%, which will be the other 50,000. That's if you're going for Gen AI for Data Analyst or Gen AI for HR Analyst. And then for AI Automation Engineer, you get to pay what? You get to pay 75,000 as your first installment, and then you complete your second installment with the other 75,000. But the fact that we have lots of you on the call right now, and that you've taken out the time to join the session, there is something we call a special discount offer. Or not a discount offer, but rather a special opportunity for you. And what is that? If you take a look at my screen, you're going to see that the discount is only for the first 1 people to register. That means if you're not part of the first 1 people, you're going to go back to 200,000. But now we are over 100 on the call. So the chance of that number getting filling up, the chance of the discount slot filling up at the end of this session is very, very high. So what you can do if you want to get into this, but you don't have the full first installment at hand right now, is that you can go ahead to pay. If you're looking to get into AI Automation Engineer, you can go ahead and make a deposit. You can go ahead and make a deposit of 50,000 for that's if you want to be an AI Automation Engineer. You can go ahead to make a deposit of 50,000 right now to lock in your discount to ensure that you don't fall out of discounted slots and you don't end up paying the full amount of 200,000. So you can lock in your discount to 50,000, and then you ensure that before the start of the class on the 6th of November, that you are going to balance up the other 25,000 to complete your first installment. Because your first installment for the AI Automation program is 75,000. And we also have something similar for those if you want to get into Gen AI for Data Analyst or Gen AI for HR Analyst. So you can go ahead and pay 30,000 instead to secure your discount slot, and then before the start of the program at November 6th, then you complete your first installment with the extra 20k. Now note, this is only for the people you on the call. As soon as it gets to 11:59 tonight, that opportunity is going to be over. So it's just a special offer just because you joined the session today, and this is not open to everyone. What's open to everyone is the fact that you can break this down into your 2 installments of paying AI Automation Engineer. You pay 5,000, first installment 5,000, second installment. So go ahead and register as soon as possible, because of course you want to be a part of the amazing things that we've been able to do at Synalytics. And at Synalytics, we've been able to accomplish a whole lot. So many individuals have been able to help. We're also accredited by the ACTD, talking about the American Council of Training and Development, which serves as proof of the quality work that we've been doing in the space. Okay, so I hope we've had fun. I hope we've learned a lot in the session today. Even though you've learned a lot in the session today, even though you've had fun, please, you know what to do. Send ice cream to the chat box. Okay, so go ahead, send ice cream to the chat box. Even though you've learned a lot, you now have a direction. You know what to do. You know the next thing. You know how you want to go about everything. Thank you very much, Gracious. Gracious Hands Empire. Thank you. Thank you. Oyewale. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. Now, you guys might be wondering, why am I saying ice cream? Okay, why am I not saying send the one to the chat box and saying, oh, yes, yeah. Why am I saying ice cream? I'll tell you later. Right now, I'm going to take questions. If you have questions, you can use the raise hand icon. And something else that I would also like to mention is that for many of us, as for many of you, I'm sure you know, but just in case you don't know, Analytics Business, we also offer consultancy services. We offer our services in training organizations. So if maybe you are looking to upskill your staff, we are the organization for you. And this courses, these programs can come customized. So if you're looking to train the organization in, let's say, in data, of course, we can help you with that. If you're looking to train your employees in, let's say, compliance, of course, we can help you with that. Any topic at all, the programs are fully customizable. And we've been able to train several organizations from MTN to CUDA to InfraCredit to Leadware Assurance, so many organizations. Okay, so I'm sure you might want to hop into that as well. Maybe you're looking to skill up your employees, or that's something that you're looking to do. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us, and we can also ensure that we tailor something great just for you. So I'm going to be taking questions now. Frank, I think you have a question for me, so I'm going to let you unmute so you can ask your question. So Frank, you can go ahead and ask your question, please.
Hello,
Okay,
good evening,
so,
sir.
all right, I don't think that's Frank, but yeah, you can go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, good evening, sir, and good evening, everyone. So, it's
Hello.
concerning yeah, good evening. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can. Loud and clear.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's about the payment, the time I would say the time frame, from now to 11 p.m. of today is not friendly. Like for myself, like when I saw these the ads for this webinar for this training. So I was thinking it's something maybe that it's going to be less than 100,000. But so far I've been following and all what you said, and it make me to pick interest in the artificial engineering course. So I would say the price is not the time frame is not friendly. Is not friendly. So I would like what I'm suggesting, that if you can give us a grace of at least 1 week, then to pay like 50,000, and before the start of the training, which you said is on the 6th of November, we can just balance up for our first installment. I think that would still be okay to some of us. To still be okay to some
Okay.
of us. So, and that's my question. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dave. Thank you. Thank you very much. So that's something. Now, if you take a look at the structure, you notice that there there's a lot of we are very, very much committed in ensuring that each and every one of you get value, and we're very much committed in ensuring that we have a structure that that is great, that is fine for everyone to be able to get into the program. Hence why that's offer, that's very special offer. That's something that I actually came up with on the spot. And that's due to the fact that I took a look at the number of people, the way we were able to interact with each and every one of ourselves during the call. We had fun. Everyone talked about ice cream, which I'll still tell you guys. I'll tell you guys the reason why I was talking about ice cream. And the reason I came up with that special offer um, just as a way of having like a giveaway, as I say, at the end of the session. And and that's the reason why it spans just to 11:59 a.m. Now, note what that offer is saying. It's not that you're not going to qualify for the discounts. That's if you're first of the first if you're part of the first 20 people, anyways. But that you can lock in your discounts as soon as possible, because you can see we are over 100 people on the call. Okay, now their numbers are dropping, but I'm sure maybe they've dropped off to go and make payments. So the chance of you getting into that discount, we really don't know. But that's the reason why I created that special offer, just so for those that are really interested, you can go ahead and quickly put in that deposit. So if you're going to go into AI automation, you put in the 50,000 deposits, and then you complete to lock in your discount, and then you complete the first installment before the start of the program, and then the second installment will come in during the program. So that's something that we just came up on the spot, and I'm not going to be able to extend that. Sorry about that. But like I even take a look at that to see that it's already a very lenient payment structure, because for the full amount is 200,000. But right now there's a discount going on for the first 20 people to register. And in that discount, you can break it down into 2 installments, which is 75,000 before the class begins, and 75,000 before the end of the program. And that's quite great as well, if you ask me. But that's something we'll consider. But right now, unfortunately, it's only last year, 11:59 p.m. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Dave. Thank you. Any other question? Are we good?
Yeah, just a quick one from me. Good
Sure.
evening, everyone.
Hello.
Thank you for this great opportunity. I have just two questions. I think, if I remember quite well, I've been under automation training with N10 a while ago, but I couldn't grasp as much as possible because there were constraints due to we're using our Gmail to create accounts, credit, and all of that. So we couldn't really learn much. It's like I went to waste my time. I want to know, for this program, is there any provision for that, whereby the LMS will have unlimited access to training materials and resources, the training tools, not the issue whereby I will have to rely on Google free, Gmail free credit, and after it's exhausted, you're stranded already. Uh,
Fantastic. That's a great question. Okay, go
yeah,
ahead.
and second question. Some of us are here because of the scholarship. I don't know if you're aware about that. By Eric Gugua. I don't know if that applies to us. I don't know. I just want you to address that as well.
Okay. All right then, Henry. Thank you very much. Now regarding the first the first question about the tools. Now, let's be honest. If there is provision, if you have that provision of, let's say, OpenAI credits, all of those tokens, the fee, even the full amount of the program would not cover it. Okay, because even looking at tokens, they're quite expensive. But does that mean that it's going to get to a point where you are not able to practice in class? No. The program has been built in a way that during your learning, every tool that you're going to work with, that there is going to be a version that will be that most like a free trial or free credit or something that you are going to be able to leverage, from building WhatsApp automation to building your RAG pipelines to building your AI voice agent. All of these things have been embedded into the program in a way that it ensures that you are not going to have to pull out any extra, that there's be no extra cost on you. But yes, they're all going to be free trials. That means after some time you might exhaust the token, but it's not going to be during the program. Looking at N10, for instance, N10 gives a 14-day free trial. Of course, you're going to be shown how you can self-install, how you can self-host N10, but that's a little bit technical. And so for those that are not looking to self-host N10, they want to use N10 Cloud, what you do then is that after the first 14 days, then you just have to create another account for the next 14 days. It's that way just to ensure that, because paying for N10, looking at the number of executions and the number of and the amount of money you have to pay per month, so many people might not be able to really get into that. But for those of our participants that want to actually purchase these tools, we always guide them. Okay, during the class, oh, you know what? I want to purchase N10. Okay, great. This is what you do. This way, oh, I want to get OpenAI. I want to subscribe to OpenAI. Okay, great. So all you have to do, you go to OpenAI for developers. You get token here. because its payment is in dollars. But yes, so you get all of that. So that is the way it works. And regarding the scholarship, I'm going to let my colleague who's going to respond to that. When she's available, she just let me know. I'm not trying to have a call right now. But yeah, regarding scholarship, I would have to get back to you on that. But for the first question, I hope I was able to answer your question, Henry. Henry, are you there?
Yes, 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 yes. Sorry, I didn't know I was muted. Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. All right, good. Thank you very much. Yes, Francis, please go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me? Good evening.
Yes, we can hear you. Good evening.
Okay, good evening, everyone. So I would just like to ask, maybe I didn't get the time frame of this training and how long it's going to last. One, that's the question I want to ask. How long is it going to last? The time frame or the days? I think, yeah, you mentioned Saturday and Sunday. For the period of how many months or so? I would like to know maybe more clarity. Also, would there be sort kind of recorded section for the classes because maybe due to some engagement, some may not be able or one may not be able to pay close attention to this section. Would there be a recorded section for someone to visit back and okay, catch up with what was done in the class and all the rest of it? I don't know if we can just attend to these questions.
Okay, yeah. So Francis, the time limit for the class Saturdays and Sundays, like it's 1 month. It's a 1 month program, and on Saturdays class from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's 3 hours, and on Sunday from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. That's 3 hours. Okay, and you also asked about um, the recording. If the sessions are recorded, yes, the sessions are recorded. All sessions are recorded, and you're going to get lifetime access to those recordings. So even if you're going to go to the recordings 5 years from now, you're still going to have access to it. Again, all of that will be provided to you. Okay, so
I
yeah,
Can I ask one more question? Okay, or just get more clarity. So while you were having this section, you actually mentioned a whole lot of stuff. And okay, aside the training, there is going to be basically for 1 month, that's 4 weekends to be precise. So you also mentioned about a portfolio building, LinkedIn review and optimization. You talked about maybe practical sections, more like internship or something like so something that will make you have some kind of experience on the job. So I believe, I don't know, I'm just asking to get clarity. Is it going to be still within this 1 month or after the 1 month?
it's still going to be within the 1 month. So at the end of your program, at the end of the program, you're going to have all of these sessions, and yeah, it's within the program. So everything is going to be 1 month. For those sections, it's going to be a time during the week, unlike Saturdays and Sundays. But that will be announced, and a suitable time will be selected for every single person. Okay, but it's still going to be within the 1 month.
It seems to be a whole lot of package in 1 month.
Yeah,
Hope.
that's the situation. So it's something that this is not the first cohort. So we've had several cohorts already in the past, and we've been able to see how we can ensure that even though it's within 1 month, that's everything that you're able to get each and every single value, and that everyone is able to get the most out of the program. So it's a short course. It's a program that is meant to just ensure that you are able to get the skills right now and not prolong things. Hence the reason why it's 1 month. But like I said, it has been made in a way that it ensures that you are going to be able to get it. It's going to be a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. So you're going to have to put in the work, Francis. That is because during that 1 month, it's going to be a lot to do, but it is possible.
All right, I get, right, I get. Because but I'm just looking at it, it seems to be super packed, right? Considering that, okay, people have other things they're doing, stuff like that. But then I get it's fine. But then okay, you mentioned somebody already talked about it. You say you get back to that in terms of the scholarships involved and all the rest of it that or the center of attraction of some person. So maybe give feedback on that, like you say, maybe I don't know when.
Okay. Yeah. So I just got the news now. Now understand. That's the question Henry asked regarding scholarship from Eric Gugwa. So yes, the scholarship is exactly what I just mentioned, which is a discount that's only for the first 20 people. So that's the scholarship. As soon as that 20 people, as soon as it exceeds 20 people, it's going to go back to the full amount. So the scholarship is the 50% discount, which you get if you go ahead to register and you're part of the first 20 people. That's the scholarship. Okay. So that was the question Henry asked, and I believe Francis I also answered that. So yeah, and any other question? I think that's all questions. Thank you, everyone. It's been a fantastic close to 2 hours. I really enjoyed speaking to you guys. I'm glad that you learned a lot. I did as well. And please ensure you go ahead to register as quickly as possible, because there's something we always tell kids, and I'm going to be telling you as well. And that is, quick says the clock. Whatever you have to do, go ensure you do it quick. I'll see you some other time. Cheers.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Before you run away, can I ask something? Can I say
Thank
something?
Yeah, sure.
All right, thank you. So during the course of the training, you mentioned also some certain things of preparing people after graduation, after learning the skills in terms of being able to get jobs, or positioning them to get job, working on their CV, even outside this country, US, and your certificate. Yeah, you mentioned is being satisfied. So it's something you can present anywhere. Am I getting it right?
100%.
Okay. All right. So in terms of the job positioning, getting, how visible is that with you or with your team?
Okay, so in
Most
terms of
especially for people who want to get job outside the country or who want to travel out.
okay, now I get what he's saying. So for the people that we've helped, for many of them, because Sonos is a global organization, so for many of them, they are already in those countries. Now, if you are looking to get a job, so let's say you want to let's say you're in Nigeria and you want to get a job in the UK, or you want to get a job in Canada while in Nigeria, is that possible? Yes. Can we assist you? Yes. But is it a bit difficult? Yes. Especially right now. It was easier in 2020, 2021. Right now, with the immigration laws, it is it is not as easy. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's not as easy as it used to be. Getting a job in Nigeria, but working for a country in the US while in Nigeria, it's not as easy as it used to be. But is it still possible? Yes. And that's guidance that we can also offer you during the program, tell you what you need to do, how you can go about it. So yeah. But if you're already, let's say if you're already in the UK and maybe you're also looking to get jobs that offers US, we can also guide you on how you can apply to those particular jobs. But yeah, those are things that that would be offering you. But like I said, if you're looking to, let's say you're Nigerian, you want to work for a country in the US, the best way to go about that is by you acting as a consultant. It's easier. If you want the organization to employ you as a full-time staff, it becomes a whole lot more technical. Again, is it impossible? No. Just that with recent laws, it is a whole lot. It's trickier. But is it possible? Yes. Okay. So thank you. I guess I'll be leaving now, and I'll see you all some other time. Bye.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. So